Welcome to Star Wars for 100 Days, the ultimate fan countdown leading up to the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. We are only 19 days away from the release of the 7th chapter in the greatest sci-fi saga of all time. And it's time for things to get really evil, because now we're going to start talking about the Sith Lords of the Star Wars films. And we're going to start from the very beginning with the guy who was arguably the coolest part of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I'm talking about Darth Maul. Darth Maul was the only good thing about The Phantom Menace. For me personally, every single scene that he was in was amazing. And this is saying a lot because the character has barely any dialogue in the movie whatsoever. Really, it's just his overall presence, not to mention his design, which is so incredibly memorable and classic now. The first time that I saw Darth Maul, I honestly thought he looked like the freaking devil. Just one of the scariest looking Star Wars characters that I've ever seen. The facial tattoos, the horns, the black cloak, and that double-bladed lightsaber. Easily the most unique thing about that character. It let us know that these prequel movies are going to offer a lot of brand new things, and then they stopped using unique lightsabers right after that. Yeah, Count Dooku had a different looking hilt, but really, compared to that double-bladed lightsaber, he just didn't have the same impact. Darth Maul, without a doubt, is the coolest Sith Lord from the prequels. He just reeks of evil atmosphere. He's such an amazingly cool character. And like I said, he's the best thing to me about Phantom Menace. That final lightsaber duel is amazing. That combined with the choreography, the John Williams music, and that this is such an important scene for Obi-Wan Kenobi as well, because this is where he witnesses his master being slaughtered by Darth Maul, who throughout the entire course of the battle seems to be having a lot of fun with it and almost getting off on it. Like, he is really having a good time just completely slaughtering these Jedi. And his battle with Obi-Wan, I honestly think, has some of the best lightsaber choreography that we ever saw from the prequels. And this is a really big moment for Darth Maul, because this is where everybody just sort of thought that his story was done. He was the apprentice, he was killed by the other apprentice, cut in half, that's it. But somehow, Darth Maul was able to survive these events. He even has an expanded story in the CG series Star Wars The Clone Wars, which began in 2008. Somehow, even after being cut in half, he was able to survive in this massive trash heap for years, literally living off of rodents. Here, his rage was fueled by his hatred of the Jedi, and was able to survive with this weird robotic half. Years later, he was discovered by his brother, Savage Opress. Yes, that's actually his name. And when he found his brother Maul, they were able to bring him back with a combination of dark Jedi magic and all types of weird heebie-jeebie voodoo bullcrap. You just sort of have to accept it. But this is definitely the real return of Darth Maul, and he comes back in full force. Not only does he take charge of the Death Watch organization, he ends up killing the one woman who was completely in love with Obi-Wan Kenobi, ended up having an amazing rematch with him, and even had an opportunity to topple Emperor Palpatine himself. The problem is, Darth Sidious had a much stronger connection with the dark side of the Force, and Darth Sidious has this amazing lightsaber battle with both Darth Maul and his brother Savage Opress, and might be my favorite lightsaber battle from the series. It's really hard to say. There's a few others that I think rival it, but this battle is just so amazingly intense because it completely demonstrates why Palpatine is the ultimate Sith Lord, and Darth Maul still has so much to learn, and therein lies the potential of this episode altogether, because now that the Star Wars Clone Wars series is considered canon, Darth Maul is not killed. Darth Sidious ends up killing his brother Savage Opress, but decides to leave Maul alive. He has bigger things in store for him. What those things are going to be are a complete mystery at this point. All I know is there is the possibility we could see Maul return, whether it be in the show Star Wars Rebels, or maybe even one of the brand new anthology films, maybe even in the brand new trilogy itself. The sky is the limit for Darth Maul. But at the end of the day, I really like Darth Maul for the most superficial of reasons. He's just a really badass looking character. He's definitely the coolest thing to come from the prequel trilogies, and really his entire design and just overall demeanor sort of clashed with the more goofier aspects of those prequel movies. But honestly, he's exactly what those movies needed at that time. And definitely my favorite Sith Lord from the prequel trilogies. And, I just don't think Count Dooku even comes close to him, but that's a discussion for another day. What I will say is, Darth Maul is not only one of the coolest things from the prequel trilogy, but he has the potential to return, so let's hope that we get to see his creepy mug in the future. The only thing that I'm still a little weird about, though, is how in the hell did Darth Maul actually survive? Like, really, how did he survive? Yeah, they said that it's because of his hatred, but he was, like, completely cut in half. How does he actually, like, digest his food and expel it from his body? I'm thinking about this stuff way too damn much. You know how Darth Maul survived? Because he's a badass. So no question, Darth Maul is one of my favorite characters of all time, but what about you guys? Are you a fan of Darth Maul? Tell me about your favorite Darth Maul moments. How did you feel when you saw this character for the very first time in the Star Wars film? Do you like his stories in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and do you think that he's actually going to return in Star Wars Rebels or the movies? Please tell me in the comments section below, and make sure to tell me what you want to see from Star Wars The Force Awakens. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.